You said you are married. Is this your first marriage or your second marriage?
Second marriage.
Okay, so what happened to your first marriage?
It ended, obviously. It's everywhere on the internet.
Why did it end if cheating is not a big deal?
I didn't cheat.
So, but she cheated, but it was a big deal for you?
Can we not talk about that?
No.
I obviously not going to talk about that.
Okay.
Definitely is my private life. I'm not going to talk about it. Definitely.
Well, that's not fair because you talk about other people's private life.
Because it's in the up and down. Who bring and come outside?
It's your own the close.
All those mumu where they go when they do podcasts, where they use do clickbait. Show now they see the way he intelligently take commot himself. But una they go use una as clickbait. Come put stigma for una body. In go use sense ask una question for podcast. Use sense get some information from una. Use una do clickbait. Now you watch this one. They asked him about his ex-wife and who cheated and who no cheats. You know, they ask him about the wife, about his divorce. He can say it's his private life that he does not want to talk about it. Then the lady said, but you talk about other people's private life. Then he said, now they won't talk about their own now. Do you understand? So most of now they go there now be the moment where they use do clickbait. Meanwhile, Baba go draw una come. Use una do clickbait, then cash out millions. Because YouTube pays them very well. YouTube pays them very well. And guess what? You stay with the stigma. Go back to all the people where we say they don't trend for that podcast. Now then they with the stigma, nothing concern. Apart from that talker girl where they carry come when at their business. Because that one okay. She go to talk about how she want to sleep with married men, how she go take married man yash and all those things. Then the mumu Nedu said go they do as if you don't know waiting they get the talk. Meanwhile, now all of them plan them. Go say, oh really? Wow. And his favorite phrase. That nonsense phrase. Well, I know about 3 guys in this industry. I don't want call name. They are true. Husband material. I don't want call name. Husband material. Okay. Boom. They put you there on a clickbait. Cash out. Now, I see say Honest Bunch don't go release one statement. See, the organ of that thing will go release that thing. I pity you. Now, out of respect, where somebody, one of my guys, doesn't know you. Normally, if I download the one where they tell me about you say grown. You just say Nedu mouths, they keep quiet. You know how many people G's they my hand from Nedu? Because how on earth do somebody go on the podcast and when they leave the podcast, you're talking about them to other people? Fine, he talk to me about them, right? Since me I keep quiet. Imagine other people when go don't tell, when go they look those guests in a very funny type of way. No, take very dark man out of it. Imagine some other people where go don't tell, where go they say, so now so this person be. It's crazy. The guests are not safe. Well, I don't watch out. I won't see the next person who won't go the podcast. Like I said, 80% of the guests who don't go that podcast. You get one way yellow, one yellow get where come there, that come they talk daddy. And they do go la big. This one bola, you don't go there. Most of the guests is an opportunity. Come, knock you, yeah, enter. Or I will give you opportunity. That's what it's all about. Nothing more. You don't ever see again. Check that podcast. Have you ever seen one day when they did that podcast that they talk about, say, okay, the tariff, MTN tariff don't go up. What are the people going to do? Let's put pressure from our podcast so that MTN will do something good. You don't ever hear them say, okay, yes, what is the government doing today? Let's talk about it. Let's bring somebody that can put pressure on the government. Like the primary schools are failing. The secondary schools are failing. A lot of communities don't have waters in Nigeria. You don't ever hear them sit down. They'll just bring one mumu. Come. That one now go to say, okay, if you go the podcast, it go popular. If you reach the podcast and you talk one thing, it go trend, it go popular. Mumu no say, okay, yes. As you talk that thing, now they are this thing, they go. Meanwhile, some of you are supposed to be getting paid for going on all those podcasts. It's not you that is getting popular. Don't deceive yourself. You go on those podcasts, you're not getting nothing. Now them the game. They go use you, put stigma for your body. You go. Well, I'm watching for the next person that will be on Honest One podcast. I'm really curious. But like I said, the only person if you bring at the talker guy, but if that one name, me that one can say market as usual. It's normal. Then everybody go feel say, okay, yeah. But that's what it is. You go and learn. You will learn. Don't